We can begin to find our seats. We can begin to find our seats. We're going to go ahead and get started this morning. Good morning and happy homecoming. So good to see everyone. Excitement indeed fills the air. As we begin this morning, we want to begin with a moment of silence in memory of Miss Florence Kane. Miss Kane passed away Thursday, September 25th. A beloved member of our UAPB family. She also served faithfully on the Alumni Assembly Committee, played an integral role in many of our homecoming activities. She was truly one of UAPB's trailblazers, leaving a lasting legacy through her dedication, leadership, and unwavering support of our students and the university. Let's pause now for a moment of silence to honor her. Thank you. Well, good morning again and happy homecoming. So good to see so many bright and shining faces as we make our way back to the place we all call home. We interrupt your regularly scheduled morning. Emails are on hold, text messages will not be returned from your job today. Because we had made our way home to dear mother to observe a time of black and gold resilience, excellence, empowerment, and of course, brilliance. We take immense pride in extending golden lion hospitality to our prestigious alumni, family, and friends. Welcome to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff to our homecoming 2025. My name is Casey Branch. Yes, I'm one of those branches. I'm also a proud member of the proud graduate, of the class of 2000. We are celebrating 25 years. It just flew by. I'm originally from Monticello, Arkansas. I reside in Fort Worth, Texas, and my wife is also a UAPB alum, Sinead Owens Branch. She's from Sugartown, from Stuttgart. Earned my master's degree from Dallas Theological Seminary, currently pursuing a doctorate degree at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. But make no mistake, UAPB has my heart. It's an honor to serve as a presider for this auspicious occasion. Excitement fills the air as we embark upon our 2025 theme, Trailblazing the Black and Gold. This is the moment where great minds meet, friendships are rekindled. We bask in our black and gold glory as we pay homage to the place that we call Dear Mother, our very own Wakanda. All roads lead to a cultural phenomenon as we boast of alumni who have forged a path to innovation and have contributed to our profound history and culture. And let's be clear, today is not about routine. It's about a timeless tradition. To our trailblazing band under the direction of Mr. John Graham, give it up, give it up. We certainly thank the M4 Marching Musical Machine of the Mid-South for that electrifying prelude this morning. We are proud to invite to the stage another trailblazing member of our Black and Gold family, Bishop Chester Thompson, from the class of 1970. He has been faithfully serving as the senior pastor of Zion Hill Baptist Church in Camden, Arkansas for 38 years. And after the invocation, we will be greeted by the following individuals. Our UAPB Student Government President, Mr. Arian Wallace. Our Mr. and Miss University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Mr. Jerry Sands III and Miss Diamond Ellis. As well as our trailblazing president of the UAPB A&M National Alumni Association, Miss Tanisha Thompson, class of 97. She will also present our alumni king and queen and Hall of Fame honorees and also introduce our former time. Please welcome Bishop Chester Thompson for our invocation.
Let's bow our heads for a time of prayer. Oh, gracious Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts as we gather for this Alumni Homecoming Assembly. We want to say thank you for the privilege of community, the gift of education, and the legacy we share as golden lions. We celebrate the bonds of friendship and the memories that have shaped us within these halls. Lord, as we connect with fellow alumni, faculty, staff, students, and friends, we ask for your blessings upon this assembly. Fill this place with joy, unity, and the spirit of pride for our beloved institution. May the stories we share and the laughter we exchange inspire us to carry forward the values of excellence, service, and leadership that UAPB has instilled in us. We want to say thank you for the visionaries and the trailblazers who came before us, for those who continue to lead, and for the students who walk in our footsteps. Oh Lord, we ask that you would grant wisdom and guidance to the university's leadership, its faculty and staff. Bless them with strength as they nurture and uplift future generations. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and thank God.
Good morning, everybody. That's not good enough for me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And they say the third time is a charm. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's good enough for me. My name is Arian Wallace. I'm a political science major, and I happily am a part of the class of 2026. We have a motto this year under the leadership of our new Chancellor, Chancellor Graham, 4 years no more, and that's been my motto since I stepped here on this campus. But it is a true honor to be with you this morning. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to the university. And I have to give a special shout out to the class of 1975 for their 50th class reunion. Again, my name is Arian Wallace. I serve as the Student Government Association Executive President, and thank you so much for your enthusiasm this week. Let's keep it up into the game for everyone. Thank you and have a good day.
Good morning, Golden Lion family. Y'all look amazing today. My name is Diamond Ellis, and I serve as the 96 Mixed University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and it is truly an honor to stand before you and welcome back our distinguished alumni. Those who paved the way for UAPB, welcome home and enjoy the assembly. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. I am Tanisha Thompson, and I have the pleasure and the honor of serving as the National Alumni Association President. That's right, yes. I noticed my class of 1997 didn't clap loud. They must all still be in the bed sleep, but I'm going to go on. Yes, okay, I see you. Yes. So our homecoming theme this year is Trailblazing the Black and Gold. Trailblazing and anything trail riding and Western is quite popular all over this year with all of our line dances that they're coming out with every other day. However, we know that being a trailblazer is nothing new for UAPB or our alum. As a whole, we continue to remove barriers, find a way, and create spaces for us to excel, including in our giving. Yes, our alum are moving in big ways in the form of giving back. The National Alumni Association this year has surpassed previous efforts in fundraising, and we are committed in setting the bar higher and higher and with more frequency. The numbers don't lie, and our numbers show we can and we do give, especially when the cause is near and dear to our heart. I have the honor of introducing a few special alum that champion their peers, their community, their colleagues, and youth to collectively raise over $200,000 this year for Alumni Association. Yes. And when I say raise, I mean just that. These aren't pledges, these are money that our alum and our honorees raise that we can use not only for operation, but for dire needs, giving our students an opportunity to stay and graduate from their mother. So first I want to recognize, and I'm going to ask them to quickly stand, our former alumni queen and king and our former National Alumni Association presidents who trailblazed to make our path easier and brighter. Do we have our royal court in? They sleep too. Okay, here they go in the back. Thank you. Yes. Now we want to honor and introduce our 2025 honorees, and that's from our Hall of Fame, our Pride, and our Royal Court this year. So can I have our 2025 Hall of Fame honorees stand while we celebrate them raising $30,000 collectively. Last year we came to you and introduced a new level of giving, and it's our highest form of giving. It not only means that you're alive, but that you're committed to giving $25,000, and then each year you're paying into that, and that's called the Pride. And so do we have any of our inaugural Pride givers here? They should be standing. Please stand, our Pride givers. Thank you. Yes. And so now our big fundraisers are our king and queen for the 2025 year. So our king runner-up is Mr. Fess Thompson, and he is from our notable Northwest Arkansas chapter at $5,000. And I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I don't want them to forgive me. But he is from Northwest Arkansas. Our queen runner-up, she is not here with us yet, but I know that she is on our way. She raised an impressive $43,000. Lashiada Pope. Yes. And I know she is celebrating her 30th year with Delta Sigma Theta. Several of her line sisters told me to shout that out, or they were going to meet me afterwards, so I don't want it, so I just said, okay. Our 2025, and I'm very proud of him. I watched him grow from a student leader, and now he serves on campus. He was also in our inaugural under 50 honoree. He has won the President's Award, and he continues to shine. Our 2025 alumni king is Mr. Frank Dorsey, who raised almost $12,000. And he is from the award-winning Pulaski County chapter. And our alumni queen, who showed up and showed out, she is from the Jefferson County chapter. She raised over $60,000. Yes, Dr. Cameron Mays Thompson. And she too is celebrating a very special year of 30 years in the always pretty Alpha Rho chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And her line sisters didn't have to threaten me because I'm always going to recognize the best. I'm just teasing. Last but definitely not least, and I say this person for last because she made sure to not only raise thousands of dollars, but she brought a new light to our Queen and King campaign because of her efforts. So many people called and said, Tanisha, I want to make sure that I'm running next year or running after that. It's our very own 2024 Queen, Danielle, and she is a member. Come on, Danielle. Our Queen Danielle is also a member of Delta Sigma Theta, and she led the race in so many ways to get people to run. She raised over $54,000 last year, and she continues to pour into this. So thank you so much. So in my closing, I want to just make sure that you know that this year we're still raising money. All of our money goes for our funds, for our operations, and for our dire needs. We don't want this to be just a one-time that you come back to give. We know that homecoming is a time of celebration, but it's also a time of purpose. And so we want to make sure that when you leave here, that you think about UAPB and giving every day, 365 days a year. Thank you.
All right. Madam President is choosing violence this morning. It's okay. Hey, listen, as we continue this morning, give yourselves a hand for all those dollars raised. You care about the university, its students. Grateful for all of those collective dollars raised. We do have a few announcements this morning as we continue. If you are making a presentation this morning, if you're making a presentation, you're donating funds this morning, please remember to fill out, bring your homecoming donation card. We do need a donation card. All right, cards can be picked up at the institutional advancement table located to my left. It's right here. They're waiting at you. All right, if you are making a presentation, please fill out the donation card. Church rules apply, okay? Let me walk them all across the front. And if you do have to get up while somebody is speaking, please put up your church finger. This will make you invisible. I don't know why, but it just, look, we got one right here. Just see? We don't even see you no more. We don't. Secondly, we want to thank those staff members, those persons who participated in the homecoming door decorating contest. We want to thank you so much for your creativity, enthusiasm, and golden lion pride during this homecoming competition. Your hard work and school spirit truly made our campus shine. Each design reflected the energy, pride, and tradition that made UAPB so special. From the detailed decorations to the innovative themes, you all helped bring the spirit of homecoming to life across the campus. And so thank you so much for showing that pride, tradition, and excellence, for showing us what that looks like. In third place was counseling services. Counseling services. In second place was the Office of Admissions. And in first place was the Center for Teaching and Learning. Okay. All right. Congratulations. I don't know what you won, but all right. Listen, there are many ways to cultivate an air of excitement. One of the ways is that we invite our high voltage, high energy into this space. We invite our, looking forward to seeing our pep performance this morning from the UAPB Spirit Team under the direction of coaches Calvin Burgess and Candace Hines, followed by the introduction of our trailblazing football coaches and athletes by our athletics director, Chris Robinson. At this time, please invite our UAPB Spirit Team.
Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning, alumni, students, staff. It's an honor to speak to you guys today. Not just as a coach, but as someone who has witnessed the pride and tradition that defines this university.
Homecoming is more than events. It's a celebration of our legacy, honoring our past, celebrating progress, and inspiring the future. To alumni, thank you for building the foundation we stand on. To current students and athletes, this is your time. Lead with passion and excellence. Let's keep the spirit alive all year long. Happy homecoming, and let's go UAPB. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for? Y'all can do better than that. Who are you rooting for? Last time. UAPB. All right, y'all give it up for them. Make some noise.
Any former athletes here, please stand. All sports. They get the double dip. Now, all the letter A club members, including Hall of Famers, let's give them a round of applause as well. Letter A club.
Happy homecoming.
Now, while I have this flag, my class, the mighty 1995, my class is recognized. But this time, I want to take the time to recognize our student athletes. Again, they motivate us to come to work every day. We're going to get to the football team, but we want to talk about all our faculty students that we have here. We're going to start. Now, keep in mind, this group now has gone with a consecutive 8 semesters with a GPA of over 3.0 for 8 semesters in a row. Let's give them a hand. As I call your name, would you represent the please stand? Winners golf. Our football team He got a little Baptist preaching in him, nothing. I'm grateful for all of the students and student athletes that continue to make us so proud. As an alum, I'm always excited, whether it's on my social media timeline or in my inbox, to receive notification that we've done something excellent here. You've done something excellent at the university, so congratulations to all of your achievements just all throughout the year. You all continue to make us so proud, and we're looking forward to getting a big win this weekend. Since its inception, the UAPB Gospel Choir has been wowing audiences with soul-stirring sounds, musical mastery, and uplifting songs that make us proud. If you were once a member of the Gospel Choir, would you wave at me? Would you wave? If you were once? All right, okay, all right. Listen, let them sing today. They got it. I'm just messing with you. At this time, would you please welcome our UAPB Gospel Choir under the direction of Mr. Jaron A. Rubel. There to serve you, so if you will make your way to pick up their donor card if you're making the presentation this morning. Hey, we want to recognize those celebrating milestone years this year, all right? The following classes are celebrating monumental reunions this year. And so please help me to applaud the following classes. The class of 2020 is celebrating 5 years. Where's 2020? All right. They said we can't make 9 o'clock now, do we? The class of 2015 is celebrating 10 years. 10 years, okay. They on the way. All right. The class of 2020 is celebrating 15 years. 2010, I'm sorry. 2010, I'm sorry. There you go. There you go. Okay. Excitement is still in the air. The class of 2005 is celebrating 20 years. All right. My class, the class of 2000 is celebrating 25 years. Class of 2000. Good to see everybody. The class of 1995 is celebrating 30 years. All right. All right, we see the excitement. Say what? 30 years. All right. All the way from the 1900s. The class of 19... They graduated in the 1900s. Ain't they something? I know, I didn't have to say it like that, but I decided, again, choosing violence. The class of 1990 is celebrating 35 years. All right. Good to see you this morning. Welcome home. Welcome home. Class of 1990. The class of 1985 is celebrating 40 years. 40 years. You look good. You look good. Got your nice stole on, looking good. I like it. I like it. I like it. They even made the movies that came out when y'all was... Never mind. The class of 1980 is celebrating 45 years. 45 years. All right. This is a special class. My dad is in this class. The class of 1975 is celebrating 50 years. 50 years. Class, they are... Who? I was making that class of every time out my hair is like that. Don't be celebrating. Let me do it again. 1975. Don't be listening. You're so messy. Daddy, handle him. We just got all the family business in there. Okay? Lord have mercy to you. I know you can't tell that class that Johnny Young and Dr. Raynor in that class. You can't tell them nothing. Class of 1970 is celebrating 55 years. Y'all looking good. All right. Okay. Hey, all right. Right. Y'all looking good. Y'all been drinking water and staying out of people's business or something. Boy, y'all looking good over 55. You are celebrating 70 years. Anybody from the class of 55? All right. Do we have members from the class of 1950 here? All right, I see the sign. I see the sign. I mean, class of 1960, are you in the house? All right. All right. All right. All right. Is there anyone who graduated just any year? Hey, listen. You get past 1960, any year is a milestone year, okay? Everybody? All right. All right. Well, hey, listen, we have an opportunity to hear from someone very special, our new chancellor, Dr. Anthony Graham, this morning. The late great champion of nonviolence and drum major for peace, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Character is not determined by the position one holds, but by the actions one takes." Today, we welcome our new chancellor, Dr. Anthony Graham, as we are in the midst of a new direction for the place we call home. We are excited about the policies, purpose, and plan for the advancement of our outstanding university and the actions we will collectively take to propel us forward with his time of leadership. Family, at this time, welcome our Chancellor, Dr. Anthony Graham.
Great morning. Oh, no. You woke up on the right side of the earth. You better say great morning. Great morning. I am so honored and pleased to be a Golden Lion. This is my first homecoming, my first alumni assembly, and I am loving every second of it. Thank you so very much for welcoming me to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Before I launch into my commentary, I want to make sure that we recognize a few people. If we have any members of the University of Arkansas system, any members of the University of Arkansas System Board of Trustees, or any elected officials, if you would please stand so we can recognize you at this moment. Thank you for your presence today. I want to make sure that I recognize my family joining from the great state of North Carolina and Washington, D.C. I'll ask my little brother, Scotty Graham, to please stand. I call him little, but he's 6'4", so I guess he's not really little. My nephew, John Robinson, from Washington, D.C., excuse me. And my great friend, Dr. Lakeisha Williams from North Carolina A&T State University. Thank you all so very much for coming down to Pine Bluff to be with me this weekend. Also want to make sure that I recognize members of the Executive Cabinet. So Cabinet members, if you would, please stand. These individuals work every day to ensure that we chart a path forward for UAPB. I want to ask all of our faculty, staff, coaching staff, administrative staff, if you would please stand. These individuals do the heavy lifting on a daily basis. They ensure that this institution runs and hums in the way it should. So I thank you all this morning for the work that you do. Thank you. And finally, I will ask that our phenomenal, fantastic, amazing students at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, please stand. Students, please stand. certainly want to make certain that we never get twisted. What we do here, every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, is predicated upon these students. So we want to make certain that we always keep them at the focal point of what we do. And finally, I'll ask all of our alumni, please stand. Happy homecoming, and thank you not only for coming back for homecoming, but also for all that you do every day to invest in dear mother. Before I go much farther, I want to ask us if we would please take a moment of silence. Unfortunately, last night after the bonfire that we had on campus, there were 4 students from Philander Smith in Little Rock who were unfortunately injured in a car accident, 4 young men. 1 young man lost his life. So I will ask if you would please take a moment of silence in honor of the young man who lost his life. And in your moment of silence, I ask that if you please will pray to whomever your creator is for those 3 other individuals who are in critical condition this morning. If you would please take that moment of silence. Thank you. Every second is a gift. So it is important that we cherish every moment that we have. Don't wait to tell someone how much you care and how much you love them. You never know when you'll have the opportunity, if you have the opportunity again. So, my understanding is I have you for an hour, so sit back and relax. See, I'm gonna say this as ebonically as I can. Y'all done messed up. You hired the son of a black Baptist pastor who's also a professor. So the one thing I can do is talk. So relax a little while. No. Seriously, I'm going to move as expeditiously as I can and try to get through what I have to say in about 20 minutes. There will be some things that I move through very quickly, but I ask that you don't fret. I promise and I vow that I will come to you in your cities and we can have deeper conversation. So if there are things that I say that you want to have some additional conversation and discussion, don't worry, I'm coming to you. All right? So this morning I'm going to chat with you a little bit about what I'm calling our collective call to action, charting the path to preeminence at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So let me share with you very quickly. I shared with you a second ago that I'm the son of a Southern Baptist pastor. We always believe that you begin a conversation by grounding your discussion in text. And this morning I won't use a good book to ground the discussion, but I will use a quote from the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. from a speech that he gave in 1967 called Beyond Vietnam. And that quote reads as follows: "Rarely do we find people who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There's an almost universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think." And I will add to Dr. King's words, not only must we think, but we must take bold, courageous action. What good is it to think if you're not willing to make the difficult decisions to move and advance forward? In order for the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff to advance, we have to engage in hard, solid thinking. And then it must be followed immediately by bold, courageous action. Understanding that that action will likely upset some people. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. As I shared during our faculty staff seminar back in August, I am here ready for all the smoke. But I guarantee you this, I'm bringing smoke with me. So what you see before you is a little bit about me because I have not had the honor and privilege of meeting all of you in person, and I look forward to doing so. And I won't go through everything you see on that slide, but I will say to you, for me, the most important thing on that slide is that I am a former teacher. And I won't say former, I am still a teacher. I've learned a lot about what it means to respond to the needs of people as an educator. So I use the word teacher as an acronym that means something. Every letter means something. And I won't go through every letter today, but I've highlighted intentionally the word honesty. You can't get better if you don't tell people the truth. And I realize that there's some people who like to be lied to. I am not the person to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And how you deal with it is how you deal with it. I did my job. So in this space of being a teacher, there are a couple of things I want you to know. Yes, I'm always going to be honest. And secondly, I'm always going to push for more. Complacency does not equate with Anthony. That is not who I am. I'm always pushing for excellence, unapologetically. Will Foster says the following: excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. Good is not good enough. I'm not interested in great. I want excellence. This institution will become excellent. So, let me talk to you a little bit this morning about where we are. But I want to frame it by helping you understand the context in which we are currently operating and existing as an institution. So I'm going to use the funnel approach. I'm going to talk first about what's happening at the federal and national level. Then I'm going to narrow down to what's occurring at the state level. Then I'm going to narrow down and talk about very briefly what's happening at the University of Arkansas system level. And then I'm going to talk about what's happening here at UAPB. I'm going to move fairly quickly, but I want you to follow me. At the federal and national level, a couple of things I want you to be aware of. You've likely heard from our current administration of this thing called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. I'm not here for value judgment this morning. I'm here to present the facts. What I will tell you, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is completely transforming higher education in a very radical way, in ways that we've never seen. Putting borrowing caps on how much money students can take in terms of loans to attend college. Capping Parent Plus loans. Eliminating forbearance and deferment for hardships. Impacting students who look a lot like I do. Impacting students whom we primarily serve, not only at UAPB, but our minority-serving institutions across this nation. Making it more difficult and challenging for students not only to attend college, but also to graduate from one. I won't add my commentary about whether or not that is intentional design. I'll leave that to you to determine. But I know you're intelligent people because you graduated from UAPB. So I know that you can see the game that's being run on us. And I'll leave it at that. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to is that the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is now calling for institutions to show that they're having significant return on investment on our graduates. And I want you to understand that if institutions cannot illustrate that they're having impact in this way, it is likely those institutions will no longer exist. We live and operate in a different time. You've likely also heard that there's a demographic cliff in terms of students who are coming to our 2-year, 4-year institutions of higher education. Fewer and fewer students are electing to enroll into higher education. I also call your attention to what's happening with respect to our race and ethnicity of our high school graduates. We are seeing a declining of Black students, of Asian students, of white students, but what we're not seeing is a decline among multiracial and Hispanic students. Between now and 2041, we're expecting a significant increase among those groups of students. That's nationally. Within the state of Arkansas, we're expecting to see the same trend. And in those contiguous states to Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, Louisiana, we're expecting to see the same type of trajectory. More multiracial students, more Hispanic students graduating from high school, fewer black, white, and so forth. I want you to hold on to that for a few moments, because the demography of whom we serve is shifting. And if this institution is to exist for another 150 years, our strategy for recruitment and enrollment must shift. At the state level, Governor Sanders has introduced what she calls the Access Bill. Acceleration, common sense, cost, eligibility, scholarships, standardization. I won't go through all the nuances of the Access Bill because it impacts K-12 and higher education, but I call your attention once again to this notion of return on investment. And in this state, we've already begun to discuss what return on investment would look like in terms of a formula. That formula is on the screen before you. Potential wages based on the academic discipline in which our students are pursuing degrees, plus whatever the cost of attendance is minus financial aid received. And from that, you subtract it from post-completion earnings over an 8-year window. So over 8 years, are we able to see that we had return on investment on student progress and performance post-graduation? And I want us to understand again, and I reiterate this point again, if institutions are unable to demonstrate in a very quantitative and quantifiable way that we've had direct impact on student return on investment, you can expect to see those institutions begin to close down shop. Our institutions are being threatened. How we respond in an intelligent way is what will determine what happens to UAPB and the other historically black colleges and universities on this earth. At the University of Arkansas system level, we have a new system president, General J. Severia. President Severia brings with him a history of being a great leader, but also being very attuned to focus on data. So we have to move beyond what we feel, what we think, what we believe, to being able to show and prove what's occurring. Data rules. We have new pillars that will drive what happens in the system. Focused on access, student success, research, resources relative to public trust, statewide needs and technology. So we must evolve what we do here to ensure that we are in alignment with what's happening at the system level. And I want to call your attention to how our universities are funded. And I thank Vice Chancellor Horton, our Chief Financial Officer, for bringing you up to speed with our funding formula here. On the screen before you, you see exactly how our institutions are assessed and evaluated. Effectiveness of the institution at 80%, meaning how many students are earning credentials? What progress are they making toward earning said credential? Affordability. How long does it take a student to earn a degree? How many credit hours were attempted at the point of completion? Research, efficiency. These are the metrics that either generate revenue for this institution or cause us to give funding back because we're not performing at an optimal level. The way in which this formula works, for the most part, you're receiving 1 point for these types of metrics. But you can earn additional points for serving certain types of students, certain types of individuals, underserved populations. So if you're Hispanic, Black, African American, if you're a Pell Grant recipient, if you're an adult learner, so we should be receiving points because UAPB serves these students primarily and predominantly. I'll come back to that in a second, because I think we should be earning points. STEM and high demand degrees. We're a land-grant institution. Our existence is predicated upon STEM, agriculture, education, nursing. We should be earning points. Again, I said should be. Credits at completion. Students who complete their degrees with 120 credit hours get 1 point. For every hour you go over that, your points begin to reduce. This is what we call undergraduate degree efficiency. It takes 120 hours to graduate. You should take, enroll, and complete 120 hours. The more classes you're dropping, the longer you're likely going to stay, the less efficient you are. It reduces the point values for the institution. Stated differently, you shouldn't take 150 credit hours to graduate with 120. Get in, get out. You heard our HGA president say that we've adopted the mantra, 4 no more. 4 years, graduate. That is a cultural shift. I'm going to talk more about it in just a few seconds. Additionally, we get points for how long it takes you to graduate. 4 years, you get 1 point. For every year you stay after, the point values reduce. So let's talk about where we are, family. Because I told you I would be honest with you. And if your family is like my family, we can be honest, we can tell you the truth. It might sting a little bit, but we still can love each other afterwards. On the screen before you, you see our productivity outcomes between 2020 and 2023 based on those metrics that I just shared. You will see that for credentials awarded, the baseline of 5,991 to 2023, 5,496, a decline of 8.3%. Progression, a decline of 6.7%. Credits at completion, a decline of 9.4%. Time to degree, a decline of 13.1%. Decline, 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 decline. This is the last day I'm going to stand before you and say the word decline. Family, this is unacceptable. Our fall, spring total enrollments. You will see fall of 2022, we're 2,387 students. Fall of 2025, we're 2,010. 15% decline from fall of 22 to fall of 25. And then one of the slides that haunts me every night, our retention and attrition rates. Our first year retention rate is actually pretty good. We retain 62% of our students. That's good, it ain't excellent. Got work to do. But what bothers me most is when you begin to look at our second, third, and fourth years, you see that we lose way more students than we retain. That is not only unacceptable, that is criminal. I told the cabinet last week that I'm interested in institutional best practice, not institutional malpractice. This is institutional malpractice. I will not allow impact of those productivity outcomes and the enrollment decline, you will see on the screen before you in year 6 and 7, almost $1 billion decline, deficit, because we're not performing at the level at which we should. Now, how does that impact us? It impacts us because it means we're not able to give our faculty and staff compensation increases. It impacts us because it means we're operating an institution that's larger than our actual enrollment, which then means we have to make adjustments to the staff size. It means that we can't provide the types of financial resources to the students that they need so that they can come to the institution and matriculate on time. Mrs. Willett Totten said something during our strategic prioritization session back in July: everything affects everything. This affects everything that we do on our campus. So, I don't mean to bring down the mood, but I wanted to make certain you understand the reality of where we are today and why we desperately need you, the people in your classes, and the folks who didn't even graduate, who are still considered alone, to do a little bit more. People are quick to tell me what I need to do more of. I'm here this morning to tell you what you need to do more of. Told you I'm ready to smoke. So in order for us to become a preeminent institution, the first thing we've got to do is agree on what we call DAC, from the Center for Creative Leadership: direction, alignment, commitment. Where are we going? What's the direction? We've got to be very clear about where we're going. Then we need to align all of our resources, financial, human, fiscal, physical, everything we got, to ensure that we're moving in that direction. And then we got to make sure we got the right people committed to the task. And I'm not talking about people who say, yes, I love UAPB. Don't tell me you love it, show me you love it. So what I learned between the time that I was named chancellor back in March to when I arrived in July is that we have a lot of well-intentioned people doing a lot of good work, but they're all over the place. Everybody's going in their own direction. No more. Everybody in this room and everyone external to this room moving forward, I want us to be very clear about what our direction is. It's student success. Everything we got goes into our students. Everything. Also want to be clear about the vision of this institution. In our vision statement, we say that we are a preeminent land-grant institution. I stand before you this morning and I say, slow down, not so fast. We're not there yet. We're good. We're not yet great, and we're certainly not at a state of excellence. We've got to work our way there.
We're going to work our way there by making certain that we stay focused on specific pillars that will move us to a state
of preeminence. Student success is pillar number 1. Preeminent institutions grow their enrollment. We can't have a 15% decline. Every year we need to see enrollment growth. Why is there enrollment growth at a preeminent institution? Because people want to come to the university. You've got something to offer me, and I see that you have something to offer me. I'm clamoring to come to your institution. Are people clamoring right now to come to UAPB? That's rhetorical. We've got work to do. Preeminent institutions ensure that we retain our students semester after semester, year after year. This is pillar number 2. A 4-year degree now is the floor. It's the minimum. Everybody's getting a 4-year degree. What more can we do to accentuate the degree? Are our students engaging in internship opportunities? Are Are they engaging in study abroad, study away? Are we engaging them in research opportunities? We've got to make certain that we're accentuating the four-year degree. Because I promise you, our students are competing against other students from other universities who are graduating with these things in tow. If you don't believe me, I always tell people, look up Elon University in Elon, North Carolina. They've mandated that their students graduate with a variety of those experiences along with the four-year degree. And the transcript just doesn't show these are the classes I took with the grades I earned. It actually shows I did 3 internships. I studied abroad in Belize. I studied abroad in China. And these students are able to talk about those experiences and how it makes them better positioned for their employment opportunities. Are our students ready to compete? If not, we got to get them there. And I am a competitor. I don't like to lose. Are we ready to compete? I don't want to hear it, I want to see. Pillar number 3, program quality, return on investment. Do we have the right array of programs on our campus that positions our students so that they can have economic and upward mobility? If not, we need to shut those programs down. Reinvest and reappropriate those dollars in places where it matters. We can't keep offering things that we offered in the 1950s, no offense, that may not be relevant today. Gotta make the hard decisions. Employee excellence. I want people across this state and across this nation demanding, I want to hire that person from your campus because they're so good. As opposed to people being stuck here because nobody wants them. Told you I'm going to be honest this morning. And research excellence. There's no reason why UAPB should not be a Research 2 institution. We're going to push into the Research 2 space. These are the things that move us to a state of preeminence. But to get there, it necessitates that we create an educational ecosystem, not an ecosystem. We can't have people walk around here with their own personal agenda thinking about themselves. So this year we've said we've got to identify the big rocks. What are the things that we need to move most urgently so that we can begin to clear a path to preeminence? And we said this year our big rocks would be enrollment growth, accountability and operational efficiency, communications and messaging. We need to grow our enrollment. 2010 is nice, but we need to move it. We need to hold people accountable. If you've been hired to do a job, do it. And if we're leaders and people are not doing the job, why are they still here? And we need to become more efficient in what we do. Shouldn't take 6 months to get somebody paid. And Lord knows we got to do a much better job communicating, not only with you, but to the external world about who we are and what we do at UAPB. So here's where I'm going to ask you to begin to work with us to become a preeminent institution. But I'm going to contextualize my comments with a couple of things. Number one, I want you to realize that we've got some momentum. We've got a $33 million student engagement center that we'll bring online in the spring. We've got a $15 million investment for a new health and allied sciences building. We just were awarded a $2 million grant from the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. That money will help us modernize what we do in our enrollment management space. regional public schools in the South. We're ranked number 19. We're ranked number 19 in terms of regional colleges in the South, up from number 21, and we're ranked number 20, up from number 27 for social mobility. The Georgetown University Center is also ranked us in the top 20% for return on investment based on their methodology for ROI. And that's among 4,500 four-year institutions, you all. We're in the top 20%. That's huge. So we've got some things to do. And here's some things that we're going to do as we move toward preeminence. We're doing some foundational work. We're cleaning up some of our operations, the way things flow. We're going to improve campus safety. We must. So we're investing nearly $1 million, if you will, into what's happening in this by way of campus safety, emergency call boxes, surveillance cameras, and things of that nature. We have engaged in a partnership with the National Institute for Student Success at Georgia State University so that we will begin to work in a very focused way on student success and academic advising on this campus. And my good friend Tim Rennick, who over this, said to me, Anthony, we won't charge you a dime. There's $250,000 for the movie. And we've got to ensure that we're hiring permanent leadership on the campus. It's hard to advance when you don't have permanent leadership. So we will start by hiring permanent academic deans and then hiring permanent department chairs and otherwise. So, let me begin to round the bend so I can close here. One of the things that I continue to hear from alumni as I engage you is this phrase. Chancellor Grant, just tell me what you need from me to help. Well, this morning I'm going to give you the 7 specific things I need from you. I would love for you to do all 7, but if you can't do all 7, a minimum of 3. I want you to take notes on this. The first thing I need for you to do, and let me kind of set you up for the first thing. On the screen before you, you see our alumni giving from 2021 to 2024-25. And I want you to realize in 2022, we're at $1.2 billion. 2024, we're at $637,000. It's a 50% decline in the amount of funds given to the institution by our alumni. Also, when we look at other HBCU alumni giving to the institution, I hope you see that UAPB's alumni giving rate is at 5%, compared to 47.7% at class level, 39% at Bennett, or 35%. She been spelling 5% at Bennett. We're at 5%. How does that impact what happens on a daily basis here? I want you to realize that our scholarship awards over the last few years has declined. We went from 903 number of students that we were able to give funds to 683. The average scholarship amount has declined from 1,800 to 1,400. At a time when our students have more financial need, we're giving less. So when you ask me what's something you can do, invest in the institution. And I'm not just asking you to invest in any way, invest in our scholarship for our students. We have campaigns that we're launching. Lions at the Goal Line. Looking at those students who have earned 90 credit hours, they're seniors, and we want to get them across the goal line so that they can graduate in 4 years. We need to be able to support them. How does that help? It helps ensure that they graduate in 4 years. It positions them for upward and economic mobility, but it also helps the institution on our performance metrics, which then generates revenue so that we can invest back into the institution, which benefits the students. The same thing holds true for our transfer students. They come with hours, we can get them out more quickly, so we want to research opportunities. Our students need to study abroad and study away. Some of our students have never been outside the state of Arkansas. Taking them to Atlanta is a learning experience. But it costs money to get them there. We need to invest in these types of experiential learning opportunities. That's number 2. Number 3, we need for you to serve as an ally and a conduit to capital. Perhaps you can't give $10,000, but if you've got 50 people in your network and they all can give toward $10,000, we can get $10,000. Are you serving as a conduit to that capital? Mr. Brooks said last night, we need for you to be a voice to our legislatures, our elected officials. There are things in this state that are a little abnormal, quite honestly. This state doesn't invest in deferred maintenance. Buildings that belong to the state aren't being taken care of by the state. We have to find the money internally to take care of the state's buildings. Other states don't do that, you all. We need legislation that pushes us into these directions. We need your voices. We need your votes. These are the types of things we need from you to ensure that you're an ally and a conduit to capital. Number 4, we need your support relative to your physical presence. We need you to attend university events. We need you to buy tickets to games. We need for you to serve as a mentor to our students, participate in career fairs, mock interviews. We need you to support us in a physical way. And please, my last 3 items. Stop saying that UAPB is a hidden gem. Gems are not intended to be hidden. UAPB is a gem. Period. Full stop. Let's stop buying into this narrative of us being a hidden gem. Now, we got to do a better job communicating to the external world who we are and what we do, but we are not a hidden gem. This place is one of God's gems. The other thing I need for you to stop doing. Well, Chancellor, we'd be okay if we just did what we did back in 19 fill in the blank. Well, back in 19 fill in the blank, this administration wasn't in office. Back in 19 fill in the blank, there was no return on investment metric. Back in 19 fill in the blank, there was no, you get the point. It's not to say that what happened back in 19 fill in the blank wouldn't be applicable today, but we need the data to substantiate that claim. Things have changed. We must evolve. And finally, please stop blasting this institution on social media. Do not stand in my face and say, Chancellor, we need to increase enrollment. Then go post on Facebook that this institution is the worst place on earth because we didn't do this and we didn't do that. I met with a group of students last week, and those students said that I came to this university despite what I heard about the institution. How do you expect us to increase enrollment if you're blasting the institution on social media? And guess what? When you do it, you still got to come back and work with us here. So going to the court of public opinion didn't help you at all. You still have to come back here and work with us. Now, I vow to you that we will get better returning your phone calls, returning your email messages, being more responsive. But don't allow that frustration to spill over where you're talking badly about this institution. Don't say, dear mother, and then you go talk bad about your mother. hard, solid thinking, not come up with those easy, half-baked solutions. My seventh ask of you, our seventh ask of us, is what's going to propel us to a state of preeminence. My question for you this morning is, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The same energy that you're bringing to homecoming, we need you to bring this same energy on October 12th, October 13th, October 14th, November 1st, December 1st, 2026, 2027, 2030, 2035. We need that same energy moving forward. We need the thinking and the action. That's what's going to propel us and ensure that, dear mother, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is here for 152 plus more years. Thank you, and God bless. I do very quickly want to make sure that we recognize our interim chancellors from the past who are with us today. We have Dr. Blakely. We have Dr. Calvin Johnson. And we have Dr. Andrea Stewart. Thank you all for being with us and happy homecoming.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. Told it like a TI is, didn't it? Guess he told the job. Thank you for those seven asks. We can do it, can't we? We can do it. I'm just excited about this new direction and where we're headed. As we continue, see some of our student athletes have to step out. Again, we thank you. We want you to know how proud we are of you. See some of our alumni stepping out with no church finger up. It's okay. Hey, listen. There are those who know the value of good education and that it comes with a cost. That's why doing one of the things that Dr. Graham shared with us is putting your money where your mouth is. I'm here to encourage us to uphold our fiduciary responsibility is Mr. George Cotton, Vice Chancellor for Institutional Development. After Mr. Cotton is finished, we invite you to give your presentation, so we'll give direction on that in just a few minutes. Mr. Cotton.
Good morning, Lion Nation. One more time, good morning, Lion Nation. And welcome home. We're good to see all of your familiar faces. Now we come to the fun part of the program. This is the opportunity, Dr. Graham, where we get a chance to literally put our money where our mouth is. To those of you who are bringing gifts this morning, you'll have a chance to give all the instructions about that. But before we do that, I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to thank you on behalf of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff and the more than 19,000 alum who call this place home. Because we've had really, in the past 8-9 years, a remarkable run when it comes to fundraising. We'll be announcing tomorrow that because of your generosity and because of your love for dear mother, you have provided almost $50 million in support to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And to those of you who are still waiting to give, don't worry. We've got plenty of opportunity for you to do that. But it would not be a part of who I am if I did not take a moment just to say thank you to those of you who have given. Thank you for your pledges to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. The past 3 years have all been historic. We've had back-to-back fundraising, record-breaking years. And again, it's because of people like you who continue to make a difference. You will receive directions in a minute as to how you can make your gift. But I want to challenge you to also think about supporting something that the Chancellor just said. He told us that there's a new program that we're launching called Lions at the Goal Line. That will be your opportunity to help us make sure that young people who come to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, who enroll and move toward 4 and no more, have the resources that they need to make a difference. That just doesn't mean the $5 million gift we get from Wingate. It doesn't mean the $1 million gift we get from the Carlin Foundation. It means those thousands of dollars and those hundreds of dollars that you give every day. I'm getting ready to take my seat, but I will say to you that people really do make a difference. You make a difference. I saw one of my high school mentors, one of my teachers, Mr. Ernest Simpson, in the audience. Mr. Simpson is the reason I'm here today. Mr. Simpson used to always remind me of how smart I was in school. I lived right next door to him, and if I got out of line, he put me back in line. So thank you, Ernest Simpson, for making sure that I'm here. Thank you for all of you who interceded in the lives of children. At this time, we will ask the moderator to come back up so you will have a chance to give. Thank you for all you do for the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. As Chris Robinson would say, one team, one role. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cotton. At this time, I'm going to ask our Chancellor, as well as Mr. Cotton and Mr. Calvin Booker, to come down to the floor. So we receive these presentations. This is one of my favorite times of homecoming. One of the favorite portions of this program is when we have an opportunity to give back. If you filled out your donor card from the institutional advancement table, you can line up to my left. Those donors are gathering to my left. Those donors are gathering to my left. Let's give them our respect and attention this morning. This time we will have our donor presentations. Again, if you have a presentation, please line up to my left, your right. Check in with the institutional advancement table. You will be able to present.
Help me welcome Larry and Janice Bankston from the class of 1972 here today to present $500 to the James and Helen Bankston Fund. 1990 is Phyllis McDonald, pledging $10,000 to the women's basketball program. Representing Spring 2000 initiates, these ladies are from the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, presenting $1,500 to the Alpha Rho Scholarship Endowment. Help me welcome Mr. Jackie Cason, who served for 22 years as president of the Chicago Alumni Chapter. Here presenting $12,000 to the Chicago Alumni Chapter Scholarship Fund, $1,000 for cheerleaders, $1,000 for band, and $10,000 for the Chicago Student Scholarships. Welcome the class of 1995, presenting $30,000. Welcome the class of 1995, pledging $30,000 in scholarships for the GAP Fund. Presenting $11,000 for the Bell Tower Scholarship to aid UAPB students is the Bell Tower Scholarship Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Evelyn Joyce Clayton from the class of 1987, bringing $1,000 to the UAPB Foundation Fund. Welcome the ladies from the Violence of Fortitude, presenting $20,000 to the Dyer Meaning Scholarship. president of the Memphis Alumni Chapter, Mr. Johnny Young, is here to present $8,000. $3,000 for scholarship, $1,050 under 50, and $4,000 to the endowment fund. Representing the class of 1975 for their 50th year class reunion, these fine individuals are bringing Presenting Mr. Vernon L. Trotter, class of 1973. Presenting $40,000, which goes towards their $500,000 goal, which brings them to $352,000. From the class of 2000, bringing $7,500 to the Dire Need Scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome from Damascus Missionary Baptist Church, under the direction of Pastor LeVar Henry, bringing $8,040 to the Student Emergency Fund. From the spring 2010 line of the Alpha Road chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, presenting $2,000 to the university's Dire Need Scholarship. Welcome Dr. Tommy McCall Jr. and Mr. Robert Lott from the class of 1972, the last graduation class of Arkansas A&M College, bringing $12,000 for Alumni Affairs Scholarship Endowment. They have contributed $125,000 thus far. Help me welcome Sharon Washington Green from the class of 1987, bringing a $500 donation for the Golden Start for new freshmen. Help me welcome Carl and Catherine Bracy from the class of 1971 and 1972, presenting $5,000 to the Carl and Catherine Bracy Endowment Fund. Help me welcome Calvin Trice, bringing a gift of $2,500 to the Gertha Trice Family Endowed Scholarship. They have contributed over $35,000 to benefit UAPB students. Welcome the class of 1970, bringing a check in the amount of $29,705 to their alumni scholarship. This donation brings their total to $233,192. Although these individuals are not able to join us on today, we'd like to thank Carl L. Barnett for a donation of $16,000 going to scholarship in memory of his mother, Eliza Barnett. Additionally, we'd like to thank the class of 1960 for their 65th class reunion gift of $13,255. $4,418.33 to the choir, $4,418.33 to the band, and $4,418.34 to the athletics department. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions.
How awesome is that? Give it up one more time. Grateful to be a part of such a generous family that believes that just doing what was done for you, doing what was done for you, which means that we have to give back so that we can continue to progress as a university. Hey, listen, it has been my privilege to serve as your MC. A special thank you to the Alumni Assembly Program Committee, and our ushers today, the Black Male Achievers, the Carolyn Blakely Honors College and Banners. Thank you so much for serving as our ushers for today. We also want to thank our elected officials, our community leaders, and the faculty, staff, and students for spending quality time with us today. Go Lions, and let's blaze the trailblazing path to a victory tomorrow. Any great occasion begins and ends with prayer. So we want to invite back Bishop Thompson to give us our closing prayer. And then we will all end as we stand and raise our collective voices to sing our alma mater. Bishop Thompson. Please stand.
Gracious Father, Our ears have heard and our eyes have seen the present vision of this university. And Lord, as we come to the close of this assembly, we pray for divine favor, strategic relationships, and open doors, that we may become a people who are dedicated and consecrated to making this vision reality. And Father, we pray that each and every person that remains in this assembly, that we will make ourselves missionaries and people who are change agents, who will go into the different parts of this state and carry this message from today. Lord, help us